Coming up tonight on Primetime Local News, we have the highlights from Onion Lake's charity hockey game, and more on the 17th annual Here Comes Santa Claus, plus our weekly edition of Pet Project.
Primetime Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
Lloydminster Council made some difficult decisions, with the annual budget being approved this week. A draft budget was presented to City Council earlier this year, taking in criticism from the previous council to bring forward to the new group. Council left the last budget meeting prepared for a 4.5% municipal tax levy increase.
I want to remind people that there's two parts to the budget. There's an operating budget and there's a capital budget. And that's determined, so basically operations is what pays for the library, pays for the Vic Juba grant, it pays for the arenas, the ball diamonds, the Bioclinic Aquatic Center, all the facilities, as well as our roads team from that perspective.
For returning councillors, a budget meeting is nothing new. But the new councillors have had to do the research on the budget since before they were elected.
Council administration asked to bring the budget forward so that candidates going into the election could at least see some of that, rather than yesterday being the first meeting of the budget and going from there. If we recall, it was, I believe, the 30th of October. That budget's been in the community almost a month, online, available for people to discuss and chat about.
Council has moved forward with the 4.5% increase. The full budget can be viewed fully on lloydminster.ca. Lloydminster's annual Here Comes Santa Claus event is approaching fast. Our Lane Hofford has more on what is planned for the day, as well as those who are making it possible.
Here Comes Santa Claus in Lloydminster will be taking place this year on December 7th. The day will feature all kinds of free events and activities, including a wiener roast and gingerbread house decorating. Here Comes Santa Claus will kick off at 7 a.m., starting with a pancake breakfast.
Every year we have a free pancake breakfast at the Lloydminster Legion, and then from there we have free matinees at May Cinema 6, brought to you by Crude Master Transport. We've added a couple things this year. I want to encourage families to maybe come down together with their ugly Christmas sweaters, for example.
Here Comes Santa Claus will be filled with many exciting Christmas events like cookie decorating, as well as a photo booth. The day will also feature a couple of Christmas celebrities coming to give out treats to kids.
Santa arrives 11 o'clock at the Atrium Center along with the Grinch, and both have treats. J-Guard has sponsored some treat bags for Santa Claus. We've got Fountain Tire and DQ that have sponsored the bags for the treats, the Dairy Queen treats for the Grinch.
The event is entirely free, and organizer Kurt Price says that is all thanks to the many businesses in Lloydminster who have sponsored all of the activities.
I just want to express my gratitude towards the sponsorships. Like, we have gingerbread houses from, Century 21 Drive has sponsored those each year at the Olive Tree. Service Credit Union is a huge sponsor. The Wiener Roast is back again this year from Synergy Credit Union and Lloydminster Fire Department.
Anyone interested in volunteering is encouraged to reach out to Price through the Here Comes Santa Claus Facebook page. Lane Hoffert, Primetime Local News.
It's crazy to think just only a week ago there was basically no snow on the ground, and now we are in the apocalypse, basically.
That's right. Yeah, you step outside and it's just snow right up to your ankles. Well, a little higher than that,
yeah,
but
a little bit.
It's a lot of snow everywhere. It seems like it sounds like in Edmonton there they were having the same issues we are here in Lloyd. Just snow coming out the wazoo. Hopefully, everybody's kind of got their doorways all shoveled out, and we don't. Nobody's stuck in the house anymore. But this is just the first look at the snow. It's gonna keep coming here. I'm thinking till at least March, but right now it's minus 21 here in Lloyd. That wind chill, 11 kilometers an hour, making it feel like minus 29. The sun is out shining, but really that's maybe just making you feel a little better, getting you that vitamin D, but it's not doing much other than that, not keeping anybody any warmer. You can see around the region, Lloyd is one of the cooler places today, but nowhere else is exactly warm. Edmonton minus 10, Lac La Biche and Vegreville both minus 13. Cold Lake, Bonnyville, and Wainwright all minus 15. St. Paul minus 14. Marwayne minus 19. Vermilion minus 18. And Provost minus 17. Over in Saskatchewan, Maidstone is minus 22, just like Lloydminster. Isle La Crosse is minus 15. Pierceland minus 16. Green Lake minus 18. St. Walburg and Meadow Lake both minus 19. Macklin minus 17. And North Battleford is cooler than Lloyd at minus 25. Tonight in North Battleford, it's going to warm up a little bit to minus 22. Very cold with some low clouds, 11-kilometer-an-hour winds, probably making it feel closer to minus 30 like we are feeling like right now in Lloydminster. Tomorrow in North Battleford, going to be a little bit of a warmer day, minus 15, very cold with low clouds once again. That wind will pick up to 15 kilometers an hour, again probably making it feel like minus 25, that range. So not a very nice day in North Battleford today or tomorrow. Cold Lake minus 17. Cold and overcast this evening, then partly cloudy later in the night, 13-kilometer-an-hour winds. So a little bit warmer, but that wind is not doing it any favors. Tomorrow in Cold Lake, it will be minus 13, partly sunny and very cold, but that sun will be out, so maybe better for you. You know, that vitamin D, you always need that. 15-kilometer-an-hour winds, so a very windy day. Tonight, Lloydminster, it's going to be minus 19, mainly cloudy and cold. Looking at tomorrow's forecast, at 6 a.m. it will be minus 17 with intermittent clouds. Noon, mostly cloudy, minus 16. It's going to cool off at 6 p.m. to minus 18. Still be mostly cloudy, and midnight, the clouds will go away, and it will be minus 21. Taking a look at your 3-day forecast, getting you through the rest of the week. Wednesday is rather cloudy and very cold with a high of minus 15. Thursday is mostly cloudy and very cold, so those clouds are going to pick up a little bit, and Friday is straight up cloudy and very cold. Minus 20 is the high. We'll have some more news after the break.
The Aboriginal Addiction Awareness Week kicked off in Onion Lake with a charity hockey game featuring some elite Indigenous hockey legends. Our Thomas Wildman has more on the great game.
The Onion Lake charity hockey game was a lovely evening of hockey between local members of the community playing as the Onion Rings against the 1999 Onion Lake Winterhawks. The Onion Rings did get some help from some former pro hockey players, including Theo Fleury, who was happy to help with a cause that means so much to him.
No, it's just fun to come back and give back to, our community and I know there's a lot of people that struggle with, mental health and addiction issues, and hopefully I can be an example for people that, you can overcome that, and not only that, when you overcome it, you can have this amazing life. Being an Aboriginal person too, it's a way for me to come and give back and loan my name to such a great cause. It's National Addictions Awareness, week here, and I think it's important that we talk about this stuff.
Also playing for the Onion Rings was John Morasti, who has become a role model for First Nations people for playing one of the gyms on Shoresy.
Oh, it's phenomenal, to be able to be part of that crew and part of that initiative that we're doing is unbelievable. The following that we had in the U.S. was crazy. We were selling out NHL barns, and just to be able to be part of a team and something so successful is really great. And it's been an honor, but it's also I'm very lucky to have that opportunity because not many people get that kind of opportunity, and to be First Nations and to be able to do that is awesome, to show our youth that we can succeed as well. So it's an honor to be on there.
Another special guest was Harlan Kingfisher of the Smudge the Blades apparel line, and he was happy to be of help to the charity hockey game as well. Thomas Wildman, Primetime, local news.
Abby St. John is back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project.
I'm back back at Border Paws Animal Shelter for our weekly edition of Pet Project. And today we have the ever so handsome and toothless wonder, Mick Fuzz. He is honestly the sweetest, affectionate cat I have ever met. He comes to you immediately and just wants you to hold him, really. So tell me a little bit about his story. It's a little bit unique, maybe a little bit sad. He did come in with some medical issues that have been resolved, and he is full of life more than ever. So tell me a bit about his story and his best fit.
So McFuzz was brought in by a member of the public back in October. He's approximately 6 months old, When he came in, he had a quite significant damage to his lower jaw. He's missing a nice little chunk out of here, so he's also missing some teeth. Hey, baby. So sweet. So thanks to all the generous donations from our Sick and Injured Fund, we were able to give him the medical care that he needs. He is going to be on wet food in the foreseeable future. He's got one little tooth at the bottom there.
So definitely, it will take a little bit more commitment, just because there are some medical fulfillments that need to be met. But he really is just the sweetest, and it doesn't let it get him down either. And very good news, he is officially available for adoption as of today.
Yeah,
so that's very exciting. Now on that, what would his best family fit be? Is he good with other cats, dogs, kids? I can't imagine him being bad with kids. So is he well versed with other cats and dogs?
He doesn't seem to mind the other cats at all. Like, he's so full of life. He's so curious and so playful. He hasn't been tested with dogs yet. We're unsure too how he came upon his injuries. So it's possible it was another animal. It could have been a vehicle. Like, there's so many different things that could have happened, but he definitely would do so well in a home with kids. He's so sweet. Those are teeps.
He really is affectionate, and he would make the best friend for any kid.
Absolutely.
Anywhere, honestly. And kind of segue into our next topic involving adoptions. One of your biggest, if not the biggest fundraiser of the year for you guys is coming up on December 6th. It is the annual jail and bail opportunity to get locked up with some animals and also raise money for you guys. And you have some more information to tell us about the event. So why don't you fill us in on everything new that we need to know.
So yes, our jail and bail will be on Friday, December 6th. We're pretty excited about it. It's one of our biggest fundraisers of the year. It's a chance for you to maybe get some revenge on a boss. You can, we have a link that we're going to be posting where you can nominate people to be arrested, most likely by me. And you'll come and chill with the animals for a bit. We'll have some food available. Some groups are doing it in teams, like a lot of the vet clinics do in teams, and whoever raises the most money gets a special prize. And I do believe this year it's a catered lunch to the company. Oh my goodness, stop it, you're so cute. And there's going to be a silent auction. We've got a lot of items that were already donated, but if you or your company or anyone you know is interested, maybe helping out, we are still looking for silent auction items and volunteers. So if you'd like to help out, come arrest some people with me. You can either call us at 780-875-2809, or you can email the shelter, info@borderpaws.ca. Hey.
It is a fantastic event every year. And not just the actual event, but the silent auction does carry over for a couple days following the jail and bail. So there is definitely more opportunities to donate and support you guys that way. So that's awesome, and I'm so excited. And this won't be the last time we talk about it, of course. Now, finally, what are the donations that you are currently in need of?
So right now we are desperately needing some puppy wet and dry food, puppy milk replacer, snow shovels, at least 2 of them, because we need to be able to clear out our kennels and stuff. And then we're also going to need the Canadian Naturals lamb and brown rice. Shoe grips or spikes. I think you can get them at the dollar store. They just fit in over your shoes, gives us better grip when we're outside walking the dogs. Jackets, extra large or bigger because all of our dogs are bigger breeds. Large blankets and towels. The suspender type dog boots, ones that we can like clip onto a vest because they do like to shake them off. And of course, snacks and treats are always welcomed by the staff.
Of course, of course. Basically anything you can think of to keep the animals warm and facilitate with the snow as well, of course, is helpful.
And of course, as always, funds or donations to our sick and injured fund because it does absolutely help. Without that, we wouldn't have been able to give him the kind of care that he needed desperately. Like he was missing a good part of his mouth there, but he's thriving now and he's so happy and we just want to find him a good home.
And that's sometimes what all it takes is just the simple procedure that they need to bring out their lovable personality and, you know, make them happy again. And now the last step is finding his forever home. So I think he did a very good job at showing his very affectionate and loving personality. You don't see that super often with cats, a fully affectionate cat, but he truly is. So thank you for joining me, and I have no doubt he will make the perfect companion.
Thank you so much.
It's now time to take a look at your adorable animals in our pet pics of the day.
We want to see your pets. Send photos of your pet and their name to have them featured on Pet of the Day.
With the snowy weather finally hitting, people are looking to stay warm inside. Our Jackson Fontaine chatted with the vice president of May Cinema 6 to see what movies are coming out soon.
So I'm pleased to be joined here today with Sydney May, who is the vice president of the May 6 theaters. How you doing today, Sydney?
Great, and yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. So as we know, the snowfall is hit. It's wintry out there now, and people are looking to do some stuff inside as it's pretty cold out there right now. So just tell me, what kind of movies do you guys got coming out at the May 6 theater?
So one of the biggest movies of the season is Moana 2. It actually comes out, came out November 26th, and we'll be running that for most of December. We've also got Wicked and Gladiator right now, and coming up, we have Kraven the Hunter, the animated Lord of the Rings, and then on December 19th, we'll have Mufasa and Sonic 3.
So tell me a little bit about those movies. Are those pretty popular movies people like to watch, or?
Yeah, so the animated Lord of the Rings, it's Lord of the Rings, one of the best fantasy stories you can tell. Mufasa is the origin story of Mufasa and his relationship with Scar before Mufasa took over everything that the sun sets on. Sonic 3 is the sequel to Sonic 1 and 2. And it's got Jim Carrey. It's very action-based, great for kids, and one of the movies I'm very excited to see this season.
What about Wicked and especially Moana? I've heard a lot of good things about it. People are wanting to watch this movie so much. This just give me kind of an idea of what people are looking for in those two movies.
So Wicked, the highly anticipated movie, it's part one for the Broadway musical Wicked. It's starring Ariana Grande, who, in my opinion, is one of the best voices of our time and our generation. It's gotten amazing reviews. The colors are fantastic. There's been a lot of marketing around it. Everything that I've heard, fantastic. Moana 2, well, who didn't love the first Moana? And now it's just an extension of her story and really showing kids that you can do whatever you set your mind to, and that, you know, you're allowed to have dreams and follow them.
I'm sure those are going to be great movies, but we are November 26th already today, which means Christmas is slowly coming. I'm sure most people probably already have their trees up, probably the lights, decorations, A lot of people like to get in the spirit early. But talking about the movies, what kind of Christmas movies do you guys have coming out?
So we don't have our Christmas movies set in stone necessarily. Some that we're thinking of bringing in is the classics like A Christmas Story, National Lampoon's Christmas, Polar Express. I know we will be bringing in Elf as well as Wonka, the 2023 version.
Perfect. And not sure if you kind of know this off the top of your head, but usually people before they go to the movies, they like to know how much am I going to pay? Like how much is a ticket looking like? So people like to know how much is it going to cost for my kid or for me. So can you, off the top of your head, do you know the prices for how much those are?
Yes, of course. So for our adult ticket in the evening, it's $12 plus GST. Kids and seniors are at $9 plus GST. But if you come during the matinees or on our discount night, which is Tuesdays, everyone gets all of their tickets for $9.
Okay, perfect. And the holidays rolling around, seniors, they like to get out. They're wanting to get out and do something maybe fun. Do you guys have any senior like discounts for them? Do they get ticket prices off or how does it work?
So our seniors will always get our lowest price, which is the $9 plus GST. And we also, in recent years, if you haven't been to the movies in the past 4 or 5 years, we've upgraded to reclining seats, which we found that seniors love. They're so comfy. Uh, some people say that they fall asleep, unfortunately, but every feedback that we've gotten, they're in love with them. So we really wanted to create a comfort level so that anyone can come and watch the movies.
Well, it's good to have a little nap, maybe sometimes, but definitely be comfortable during watching a movie, that's for sure. And you guys do have your Here Comes Santa Claus event coming up, but without kind of spoiling it, also that day you will have 2 free matinees. So just tell me a little bit about those.
So here comes Santa Claus Day, December 7th. We're extremely excited to be part of it again this year. So our particular event is sponsored by Crude Master Transport, and it's going to be free matinees. So you can come in and it's free admission. If you want to buy a concession, that's great. If you don't, then that's fine. Doors will be opening at 9:45 a.m. and it's going to be on a first come, first served basis. We want to make sure that we can have absolutely everyone who wants to come be able to come. So that's why we're not doing advance tickets, just in case someone's plans change or things like that. We'll be showing on our screens majority Elf, but then we also have a screen of Wonka 2023. And we're super excited to, again, be able to host this event because I strongly believe that watching a movie is just one of the greatest experiences you can have to share feelings, emotions, the ups and downs of life with strangers, but you don't really have to interact with them.
Are you guys going to be using all the theaters for those? So say 1 and 2 maybe for Elf and then 3 and 4 for Wonka.
Yeah, we will be. So you can see all of our showtimes on our Facebook page right now, Mason 6 on Facebook or our Instagram page. The first show is Wonka starting at 10:10 a.m. and then Elf will start at 10:15 a.m. and have showings all the way up to 10:45 a.m.
Perfect. So a good chance to get out and go watch a movie for free, which I don't think anybody would pass on. And would you guys say you're busier in the winter than summer, especially with the cold weather?
So how busy we are really depends on what movies are coming out. We do have people that just love to go to the, like myself, who just love to go to the movies kind of no matter what's out. But usually we find that during Christmas, kind of around now, which is American Thanksgiving, is when they do the big releases like Moana 2, Wicked, Gladiator. But then they also do a big amount of releases in around May and during the summer. So our busiest seasons, I would say, is around Christmas and in the summer.
Okay. Well, I'm sure a lot of people will probably be heading to the movies, especially with this cold weather here. And hopefully it's busy, that's for sure. So thanks for taking the time to do this today, Sydney.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Coming up after the break, our Elaine Hoffert will have another look at our evening weather forecast.
Welcome back. We're going to take one last look at today's wintry weather here in Lloydminster. Minus 22 right now, but that wind is making it feel like minus 31. So if you go outside, you definitely want to have your jacket on and a toque, and preferably some mitts as well. Don't stay out too long shoveling. You can see throughout the region, everywhere else is actually a little bit warmer than Lloyd today. Edson and Jasper both minus 4, Whitecourt minus 6, Rocky Mountain House minus 7, Athabasca minus 13, Edmonton minus 10, Red Deer minus 14, and Cold Lake minus 15. Over in Saskatchewan is where it gets a little bit chillier. Prince Albert and Saskatoon both minus 23, Meadow Lake minus 21, Melfort minus 22, and North Battleford minus 25. Moving up north, it is a little bit warmer in northern Saskatchewan. Uranium City minus 12, Stony Rapids minus 11, Wollaston Lake and La Loche both minus 14, as well as Buffalo Narrows. South End Reindeer minus 13, and Flin Flon minus 9. Over in Alberta, high level, Fort Chipewyan and Fort McMurray are minus 11. Peace River minus 13, Grand Prairie minus 6, and Slave Lake minus 9. Moving down south, Banff and Calgary are both at minus 5, Coronation minus 13, Lethbridge minus 15, and Medicine Hat minus 12. Over in southern Saskatchewan, Kindersley is minus 16, Yorkton minus 21, Swift Current minus 9, Moose Jaw minus 15, Regina minus 14, and Estevan minus 13. Tonight in North Battleford, it's going to be minus 22, very cold with low clouds and 11-kilometer-an-hour winds. Surely that will make it feel a little bit cooler than it really is. Tonight in Cold Lake, it will be minus 17, cold, overcast in the evening, then partly cloudy later on, 13-kilometer-an-hour winds, and that minus 17 is sure to feel cooler once again. And here in Lloydminster tonight, it will be minus 19, mainly cloudy and cold, 17-kilometer-an-hour winds. Once again, like I've said every other time, that wind is going to make it feel extra cold, so be sure that you are bundled up when you are going outside. Now taking a look at other temperatures throughout the region, Meadow Lake is minus 20, Bonnyville minus 18, Provost minus 17, Isla Cross minus 15, and Paradise Hill minus 21. Meadow Lake looks like they will be getting some snow possibly, same with Isla Cross. Now looking at some more temperatures, Myrna minus 19, as well as Unity, Pierceland minus 16, Wainwright minus 18, and Calgary minus 13. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, it looks like tomorrow the high will be minus 15, and then on Thursday the high will be minus 18, Friday minus 20, and then after that it does look like it's going to slightly warm up, with next Tuesday being minus 3, but we will be getting some snow, it looks like, but that warmer weather will be nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have that on the horizon, especially after the week that we have endured so far. It is brutal out there. I am not looking forward to bracing the cold after this, but that is where we are heading. So
that's right. Yeah, some nice warmer weather on the horizon for sure.
And that is all the time we have today for Primetime Local News. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great night.